Guess we're gonna fight a bunch of other abnormalities. What's my best IDs for this situation? Maybe I can do a burn team and burn shit. Okay. Go as generalist then. What do you use for? I was using night alt.
걸맞는 곳이어야 마지막까지 발버둥 칠 수밖에.
Keep running into these mannequins. Are these made by those nurse fathers?
그래. 정확히는 약자비 혼자다. 신체파.
Corporism.
인간의 근육과 뼈로 수축과 이완을 이용하는 예술이다.
Cubism.
거기에 큐비즘도 조금 끼얹었나?
고약하구만. 보이시오? 저것들의 몸에.
Corpses were engraved with a wild scrawl of a message carved with a blade. He began shuffling us in that uncanny rhythm entirely devoid of any semblance of will.
사랑하는 우리 딸, 이 곡선을 주의 깊게 봐주세요. 갈비뼈라는 건 잘만
Music
다루면
make like
어떤 것보다 날카로운 칼이 되고 대퇴골은 어떤 것보다 단단한 둔기가 될 수 있습니다.
I don't know if that's true. I think bones are actually pretty brittle compared to metal.
흉곽은 심장과 폐를 보호하기 위해 이렇게나 견고하고 이 몸의 아름다운 형태를 유지한 채로 몸이 지닌 태초의 정교한 가치를 망가뜨리지 않은 채로
Do you like the ring? I think they got a pretty cool aesthetic.
귀중한 악기를 다루듯이 만들어야 합니다.
I'm not sure if it, like, the premise of it makes any sense. Like, as a criminal organization, I don't know if it makes much sense, but it is cool looking.
만져보세요. 근육과 힘줄의 결을 따라 칼날이 잡히지 않나요?
Yoshihide right there.
가장 살고 싶어 했던 놈의 뼈가 가장 죽이기 좋은 칼이 되었군.
그렇죠. 요시히데라면 이 진가를 알아차릴 줄 알았어요. 그 어떤 것보다 정성을 기울여서 이 아이를 만들고 있답니다. 조금이라도 으스러지거나 균형이 안 맞는 뼈를 가지고 있으면
I guess this person is still alive then.
없거든요.
What does that mean?
마침내 완성된다면 요시히데가 써주세요.
그러지.
그렇게나 노래 부르던 그 작품은 결국 완성을 못했나?
I do want to know how they get so many fanatics. I guess there was that part in Leviathan where I actually don't remember. There's like an art piece that they showed people that like made them like understand or something. It does make sense because all of it is ordered, but the ring is just chaotic. Well, I mean, it's ordered, but there's like, I guess like the idea is that there is a natural beauty to pain and like destroyed bodies and stuff. I don't know. Okay, some of these guys have been captured by roseate desire. So we have to do this.
대가리 딱 떼고.
Actually, I should read the roseate desire guy.
총알값 아까울 만한.
The hat is fucking off. What is your deal? Wait, no, it's you. What is your deal? Inflict one urge on hit. Inflict one urge on hit. When hit, inflict one pink ribbon. This is 9. SP damage. A lot of bind and fragile. Oh. Slash wind inflict pink ribbon. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that. I'm gonna hit win rate. I'm gonna let win rate take the wheel.
점 찍었네.
I have some pasta in me. What the fuck was that? So you know how there's 5 fingers, which are like 5 of the biggest criminal organizations? Ow, ow, ow. In the world. The ring finger of those 5 is all about how crazy art can be. It's about how art is cool and apparently profitable, considering that they're still a functioning organization. But they're crazy about art, and the art that they do is somehow only about like killing people and stuff like that.
빠르게 처리하지. 자세가 무너졌네. 빈틈 투성이군. 스켈레터. 허술하군.
먹기 좋게 차려졌지 않나.
완성되었나?
It sounds like rich, insane people. I don't even know if they're rich. They're just like insane. And again, I'd like to reiterate that it's somehow like really profitable.
대가리 딱 떼고
빈틈 투성이.
Also, yeah, there's not much info about the ring in this
허술하군.
game, but there is in the novel slash manga that precedes it called Leviathan.
up.
Yeah, apparently the pretzel transmuter earns a lot of money.
거미 대가리.
It's profitable. It has to be for them to still be in business. Anyway, eat my Savage Tiger Slayer's angle cleaving blade or whatever, perfected series of strikes. Eat my Savage Tiger Slayer's perfected series of strikes.
완성되었나?
I finally got the full name in my mouth.
완성되었나?
Aren't there like entire chef district that only use human meat?
빠르게 처리하지.
Yeah, that's there's 8 chefs that only use human meat that are like the best chefs in the world, and the entire district where they live only uses human meat or something. But they're not as somehow they don't make a lot of money, but like the ring does. Maybe the ring and the chefs like link up and like share recipes or something. As far as I could tell, the ring is the thing that makes money, and the chefs don't make money. Someone's gotta square this circle, but it's not gonna be me. I don't know why the fuck how that works. Not only it's just popular.
대가리 딱 떼고
Anyway, eat my Tangle Cleaver.
그렇게 서 있으면 목이 떨어질 수밖에.
먹기 좋게 차려졌지 않나.
자세가 무너졌네.
내 죄는 내가 알아서 처리한다. 해파.
나를 들뜨게 만드는 일은 많지 않지만
Okay, sanguine
그
artistry.
귀중한 경우의 수에 들어맞아.
Yes, I would like to recharge my encapsulate.
잘 놀다 간다. 마지막까지 발버둥 칠 수밖에.
Ah, this is this again. Gosh darn it. Oh, you have to not. You have to guard
얻어볼
here.
텐가.
더 먹어 치워라.
Oh, also the Ring Yisong ID was like one of the strongest IDs in the game. Well, it was for a little while. Now it's not really.
점 찍었네.
The Ring does extort people for money. I don't remember the details exactly from Leviathan. Even me as a TikTok trend. No, they just kind of do it and it's like popular, I guess. I don't know why, but it's like, I don't know. I guess people are just cool with it. I guess we do this. Then how the fuck do I do this? So that it doesn't hit the blocking guy.
빠르게 처리하지. 합격장. 이것밖에 못하네.
I'm gonna turn the audio down a little bit while we're just doing these filler fights.
점 찍었네.
Simply observe the bouncing Kirby, if you will. This chapter is taking a lot longer than I thought. Maybe just because I took a while on that the Snow White apple fight. I thought it was gonna only take like 3 hours at most. Actually, it's already been more than 4 hours. For some real auto battler, yeah. They make it long on purpose so that it doesn't take. It's not too fast to finish these filler fights. But really, I'm just clicking on the win rate button, and then just pressing enter. Basically, that's all I'm doing. They really lowered the complexity of this game from Library Runa. I guess because Runa was a little too complicated, which I personally disagree with, but this game, when you play these like basically auto battling fights, it really feels like there's no gameplay. Like I'm just watching colors flash on my screen. Which I wonder if there are people who actually like this. What's up, Worden? This seems, yeah, that. Yep, it sure is that. I'm just watching shit happen. Like, why? I don't know. I don't know. I guess, like, maybe gacha games require you to have a bunch of these just, like, completely filler gameplay sections. I don't really understand the purpose of it, but I don't know. I don't make gacha games. Maybe it makes sense if you make or you play a lot of them.
회수하지 않은 탄피는 팁이다. 정면 엘리베이터가 작동하고 있다.
I can see the light of the elevator beyond the lockdown door. The power has returned the elevators. The power has returned. Better than other gachas that's just bouncing tits? Okay, but I'm talking about gameplay, not the character design. Ah, then. LCA agents began pouring into the facility in perfect order. They immediately began hacking and shooting down anything that got in their way. There wasn't the slightest hesitation, as though drilled into constant rehearsals. It would be cool if the input in the fights matter. I don't know, maybe people would get bad at that, I don't know. From the way they never failed to deliver a killing blow to any target that so much as Twitch, even when it was already mangled beyond recognition, I could tell they were seasoned veterans. I think it would help me a lot personally if there was like a fast forward button in the fight so that the animations didn't take like way longer than they should for how much input there is. I began to grow certain that these fighters could brush aside any obstacle we faced with ease. People would get pissy with this alone? I don't understand how that's possible. Unless you literally don't want any gameplay in the game.
아이 조용히 말해도 잘 들리니까 소리는 지르지 말자고 히스클리프 씨.
아, 미안하군. 조숙은 워낙 성질이 급해서.
Oh, that's Hohenheim.
수감자 오티스의 추측이 맞았네. 우리는 지금 통제실에 와 있고 여기 있는 단말기로.
Oh, they already finished getting the power up and coming back to the management.
좋지 않지만 LCA가 도착했다네.
그래. 우리 눈앞에도 보인다. 이 폐쇄 셔터 너머로.
다만 방금 내가 한 것은
I've heard anger over the Unbreakables from the mooks. I mean, maybe it matters if you don't have like a max level account like I do, which I can understand. I think unbreakable coins are kind of annoying as a gameplay feature, but that's just because like the original base level gameplay of this game doesn't have like a lot of room to grow in terms of complexity, so it makes sense they have to like add new features. But unbreakables, I can understand that they are kind of annoying to deal with.
그렇다면 이제 부상자들을 안전한 곳으로 올려보낼 수 있는 것인가?
But like, I either make it so that you don't have so much sections where you're just watching basically like your guys fight auto battle the other guys, or make it so that your input actually matters a little bit in those sections. My 45 to 50 team worked fine. I mean, okay. I don't think that applies to everybody though.
다시 올라가려면 시설을 복구해야 한다네. 그래도 다행이군. 구역별로 투입된 듯하니 다른 연구와 관련 없는 살상 기술과 전투에 그다지 흥미를 느끼진 못했네.
정면.
Lights flickered and 3 LCA agents who were advancing while covering the front of their squad simultaneously fell to the floor without so much as a scream. Well, damn. Also, he's wearing a mask. A broken lamp, the light past the security walls continues to flicker. Between each flicker of the malfunctioning light, the outline of the intruder's weapon seems to shift into a different shape. At first, the shadow stretched into the sharp tip of a pick. After several more flickers, it took on the familiar outline of an axe, very much resembling Rhodia's. I guess they could just do that.
아니, 그렇다 해도 저 정도로 숙련된 부대를 혼자서 호에나임관 듣고 있는가?
들린다네. 이쪽은 아직이나만 그쪽은 벌써 제압이 끝난 건가?
절대 복도로 나가지 마시게.
왜 그런가? 아, 단말로 확인해보니 방금 LCA 대원들이 환상.
I sure hope Owenheim and the others don't get instantly obliterated by this guy.
이쪽으로 파견된 LCA 지원 병력은 전멸했다.
방금 뭐라고 했나?
해방된 야전 상황이었다면 정찰대만으로도 LCA가 패배하진 않았을 것입니다. 하지만
거미줄에 걸려있다는 사실을 잊으면 적골이 나지.
I guess they got taken by surprise.
저들은 자신들이 지극히 유리한 곳으로 먹잇감을 끌어들인다. 가정조차 의미가 없다. 봐라. 먹잇감이 자신이 가장 잘 사냥할 수 있는 무대로 직접 걸어 들어가지 않나.
What Alyssa described earlier was becoming more and more apparent to us. Relaxed but disciplined gaits. The man, after having slaughtered dozens of LCA agents, slowly turned around to face us. Sharp dress shoes lazily clopping on the floor. He seemed to have been aware of our presence from the get-go. Light dances across the glossy surface of his white mask. He returns a smile in response to Ryoshi's furious wrath, and his lips part, soundlessly mouthing a sentence word by word. You can see his lips? I thought it was covered by the mask. Hi, sweetheart. How did your reviews go?
딸, 훈련은 어땠어?
똑같아. 지루해.
I see Yoshihide in the House of Spiders.
아빠, 팔에 상처가 났는데 직접 입힌 거야?
아, 맞아. 나이프로 내 팔을 관통시키면서 상대를 38번 찔러야 했거든.
Is a half-face mask? I thought I covered his whole face.
20번째부터는 정말 아프더구나.
He's the index daddy. He had to follow the prescripts.
그거 알아, 딸? 자결통은 찹쌀통보다 100배는 더 고통스럽다고 하더라. 그러니 누군가를 처리해야 할
Was he
때
giving her a band-aid?
불은 사용하지 마. 그들이 고통에 몸부림치면서 너만을 저주하며 지옥으로 떨어질 텐데 적어도 마지막엔 그들에게 더 나은 주마등을 안겨줘야 하지 않겠니?
Is the lighting? You think so?
알았어.
The art style. Okay, that's Ryoshu as a teenager. Yes.
가까이 와보렴. 얼굴에 긁힌 상처가 있구나. 발렌티나의 수업 중에 생긴 거겠지? 그는 너무 과격해. 상처의 개수가 곧 훈련의 척도와 비례한다고 생각하는 자야. 흉이 안 지게 잘 치료해야지.
그러던가.
아니 방금 LC와의 무전대로라면
Oh, distortion detective. Effective.
오티스, 저도 걱정은 되는데요. 당장 우리 쪽도 만만치 않은 상황인 것 같아요.
He went back and covers half his face with half the smile. They just wanted him to aura farm. Oh, okay. I believe you then. It is supposed to be like
CCTV 화면인데
bad lighting condition. Just that it lets you. They let you look at the picture for too long.
네, 이 앞을 비추고 있어요. 자네도 와서 보게. 내 기억이 틀리지 않다면
The middle.
존재?
That's the middle one. Is that his feet? Does he have like furry feet?
저쪽에서 전멸당했다는 사람도 이렇게 당했나 보네. 이건 거의 죽이다 못해 사람을 부서뜨리고 있는데? 뭐라고 자꾸 큰 소리로 떠드는 것 같기도 하고 소리가 잘 들리진 않는데.
It only looked like a full mask when the lights went out.
요시히데라고 계속 외치고 있군.
It's just a One Piece character, this guy. Yeah, this is Don Quixote, Don Flamingo,
웃고도 있어.
older brother, older nephew.
입을 크게 벌리고 몸까지 들썩이며. 지금 사람이 저만큼 날아간 거야? 발로 찬 것뿐인데? 선명한 화면은 아니지만 다리는 의체일까? 아닌가? 강화 문신을 몸이 전부 뒤덮일 때까지 받으면 저런 모양이 될 수도 있을 것 같고.
Augmentation tattoo.
아, 우리 아빠 곰발바닥 보고 있구나.
Papa. Oh, it's another middle person.
누구야? 나? 나는 키라라고 해.
기척도 없이. 종원, 전투 준비.
아니야. 너희 우리 아빠 보고 있는 거 아니야? 방해 안 할 거야. 싸우지도 않을 거고.
어?
그런 중요한 일을 하는 거라면 내가 대기 타줘야지. 응, 마저 감사해.
아빠라고? 저 사람이?
맞아. 진짜 yor라게 멋지지. 너네 방금 봤어? 저 기술 있잖아. 완전 간지인 것 같지 않아?
Oh no, she's a zoomer. She would be Don's bestie. You think so? I don't know if that's true. Maybe in the mirror world where Don Quixote is a member of the middle. Maybe friends or something.
나도 따라하려고 하는데도 잘 안 된다니까. 어떻게 저런 강속구로 복도 끝까지 처박히게 하지?
학살을 마치 놀이나 경기 따위로 지급하는가. 불쾌하기 그지없는 물의 배로군.
너 그런 쪽이야? 재밌다. 나도 좋아해.
If you have them too, do you read the latest issue of the Cloudburst Blade?
그런 말투 쓰잖아. 비 엄청 오는데 삿갓을 싹 들치면서. 뭐야? 너도 모르는 거야? 그 작품? 주위에 계속
Try to let
추천하는
everyone
중인데
know knows
아무도
it's just
공부를
one
안
of
해.
those.
한 놈은 맨날 훈련만 해대고 한 놈은 지 거미랑만 조잘거리고 한 놈은 자꾸 혼자 싸돌아다니고 나머지 하나는 뭐라는 줄 알아? 논리적으로 말이 안 되는 게 너무 많대. 그게 제대로 된 감상이냐고. 왜
Like,
만화책
waste
그런
time
거 따져?
picking over what makes sense and what doesn't
처음부터
reading a
끝까지
comic
안
book.
맞는다니까.
That's honestly so true. Why would you say that? It only matters whether you like it or not. So is the book / bag just solid gold? That is a book. It's called The Book of Vengeance. the gimmick of this finger, the middle finger, their gimmick is they have a book called the Book of Vengeance. And whatever small slight that you do to one of them, like say you accidentally bump into them, they'll kill you. They'll write your name down in the book and then they'll kill you. Or like they'll pull out all your teeth or kill your entire family or something. And there's like all sections in the book that are like rule 38 section 8, if somebody spills some ice cream on your cool shirt, you tear out the hearts of all their family members or something. All the punishments are really that you like kill somebody and their whole entire family. But not always kill, mostly maiming. Yeah. It's something related to that. All the punishments are related to killing or maiming. or maiming.
아무튼 그거 본 사람 있으면 손 들어볼래? 나랑 3시간 아니 4시간만 같이 떠들어주라.
그만. 가짜는 헛소리로 구슬려질 정도로 우리는 모르지 않다.
아까부터 화면에 잡히는 게 없어요. 오티스, 저 사람이 자기가 말한 대로
Does it sound very chill?
진짜라면
No, they're cool with each other, but if anybody else like breathes in their general direction wrong, they kill them or maim them.
어이 딸내미! 근처에서 놀고 있으랬더니 뭐 이렇게 멀리 왔어?
돌겠군.
That's the dad, the father figure.
이보게! 이스마일 군! 오티스 군!
느낌이 좋지 않네요.
아무래도 시설 복구를 서둘러야겠네. 차단벽 제어권만 들어온다면 서로 협력하기 용이할 게 마침 이
As long as you aren't a dick and respectful, they're cool guys. I don't know if that's the case.
바로 이 방에
Lost pieces of circuitry in this room. Oh, this is probably related to the ring.
이것은 약지 조직원이 지나간 흔적이 보이네.
야, 그렇게 빤히 쳐다볼 필요는 없어.
아니 역겨움이라는 감정은 내게 큰 영향을 주지 못하네. 다만
팀장님, 일일이 누구의 얼굴인지 헤아리지 마세요.
그래 무심코 한눈을 팔았군. 계속하지. 뭐 할 말이라도 있나?
드물게도 파우스트 역시 호엔하임의 말에 동의하고 있다는 생각이 드는군요.
뭘?
이럴수록 빠르게 시설을 복구시켜야 한다는 것을 말입니다.
Okay, I wonder if we're gonna have to fight all of them. They'll probably kill us. Oh, it is a face mask, right? It was just that they made the face look weird, because they want cool or something.
사냥감인가? 몸이.
Aiming behind the perpetrator, the cartage greeting Roshi on the other side of the security wall. We had no other choice but to make our way towards the lab.
답하기 싫은 물음이라 하면 비껴보내어도 괜찮네만. 아비란 자들보는 어떤 사이였는가? 단순히 그대와 악연으로 물든 인연이라기에는. 방금 전 그대의 표정은 조금 미묘해서 말이오.
모든 조각이 맞물려진 것은 아니지만 그들은 말 그대로 아비, 나라는 검을 펴려낸 내 아비들이었다.
I guess Ryoshi was raised by all the finger members to kill something. Maybe, I don't know, the head or something, the wings, something like that. Who are you?
빠르게 처리하지.
합격장. 총알값 아까울 만한.
대가리 딱 깨고 하! 으타! 더 먹어치워라!
빈틈 투성이군. 스틸레터.
Well, we find ourselves in this situation again. I'm gonna go and grab a drink while this fight plays out.
받아볼 텐가.
먹기 좋게 차려졌지 않나. 겉에.
빠르게 처리하지.
That was a little fast because trying to counter dice and play. To me, the thumb and middle seem the best to work with. Both just requires high respect. Yeah, it seems like in the middle, it's cool if you are a part of the middle, but if you are not a part of the middle and you're like friends with somebody in the middle, like it's only a matter of time before you make some small slight and they have to tear your tongue out or something. For the thumb, I think it makes more sense if you're just work with them, because like it seems like you don't have to be super strict. If it's somebody who is just a member of the thumb and not like high up, like capo or something, solo capo or something. Who's clashing this? Oh, you.
대가리 딱 떼도. 하! 지금이다. 해골 바가지 거미 대가리. 부족해 차려졌지 않나. 겉에.
자세가 모르겠네. 전력으로 상대해봐. 전탄격발.
He's just killing people like a million miles away with just his raw aura. I'm just gonna ignore it at this point.
그렇게 서 있으니 목이 떨어질 수밖에. 빈틈투성이군. 스켈레터.
Little.
앞차! 먹기 좋게 차려졌지 않나.
이제야 완성되었나?
A lot of damage.
빠르게 처리하지.
I think people, when they talk about like these fingers, especially the ring and the thumb, they assume that they'll be like a member of them and they'll be able to follow all the arbitrary rules that they have.
자세가 모르겠네.
Instead of assuming that they'll just be like a normal person, like who they usually are in life. And that just seems illogical to me. It's like, obviously you're not gonna be able to follow every single rule, like, everybody makes mistakes. It's just that it makes more sense to you, their rules compared to the other fingers' rules.
기다려라. 겉에. 곧 먹이를 먹여주지.
And we don't even know that much about the pinky either.
다음 ACD나 ACE 쪽은 아까의 무전을 끝으로 더 이상 연락이 없어.
And with thumb is mostly respect, but you still be fucked with bills working with them. I assume that like they have some sort of collective way to pay for all the bullets that they spend. But it's like, obviously you need to be respectful, but like, if you're missing any sort of information about like who somebody is, or like, I don't know, like, it's just so easy to me in my mind for somebody to just make a mistake completely by accident without any possibility of knowing that they made a mistake, and then it's just like you gotta rip your tongue out. You gotta rip your arm off.
좋지 않은 일에 휘말린 게
관리자, 혹시 느껴져? 황금가지 말이야.
I don't know why people
혹시
like
먼저 가져가도
discuss
될까요?
which finger would be best to work with either. Who looks the most out of place? Pro tag rules? Not yet. I don't think they did. I mean, like, I don't think that's true. I really don't.
그래.
I don't think Valentina, the person, the thumb nurse father, actually looks that special compared to the other thumb members. Gregor mumbled on in a gloomy tone, but I'm also thinking of like, maybe a thumb member is literally like just walking behind you and you don't see them, and then you say a word, and then because you said a word in their presence without their permission, you have to rip your tongue off. Like, obviously it's like bad to work with any of the fucking fingers. I don't know, like, what was the argument? Like, what's the purpose of the argument? It's not even real, by the way. It's a fucking story. We stepped into the lab and the lights were off. It was completely dark inside. If the assailants were indeed after the golden bow, what could they possibly want with it? I was deeply engrossed in my thoughts when I noticed that Ryoshi had stopped in her tracks. They're talking to someone else? Shut up. No, but like you don't see them. You don't see them. They're behind you. And I don't know, maybe they like walk quietly so you don't hear them either. Only respond if being talked to. So you're just supposed to like not talk to somebody. You're not supposed to open your mouth ever, regardless of the situation, unless somebody tells you to. Then what if one of the rules says that you have to say something respectful when somebody comes into your presence? Someone in a higher rank than you comes into your presence, you're supposed to say something respectful. Then what are you gonna do? Like you already said that you're only gonna respond to being talked to, but nobody talked to you, but you're still supposed to say something anyway, and now they're fucking ripping your eyeball off or something. I was deeply engrossed in my thoughts when I noticed that Ryoshi had stopped in her tracks. Like, it's literally completely arbitrary. I don't think you understand because of the fact that we see so little of the thumb and the other fingers. But it's like, it's supposed to be arbitrary. That's like the point of the fingers, is that they're cruel for no reason. That's like the whole thing. Even in the cooling darkness of the unlit lab, Ryoshi seemed to notice something out of place.
그렇네. 당신.
Only silence welcomed us in the lab. You couldn't hear any breathing, but there it was without a doubt, the stink of cigarettes and a chilling, disembodied sense of dread.
그곳에서 나올 때 나는 누군가를 경멸하고 있었다. 분명.
Ryoshi started muttering as though she was gripped by the chill. I know she wasn't speaking to me though. It seemed as though she was wading through a bog of mutilated memories.
지의 성, 마지막까지 당신은 나를 괴롭게 할 생각뿐이었던 거야. 그렇지?
Ifei Star.
그건 내가 할 말이지, 요시히데.
Is this a Pinky Nurse Father?
네 존재가 지금까지 내 모든 앞길을 막고 있다는 거. 그러니까 이래야 공평하잖아. 요시히데, 나에게는 계속 들려와. 녹슬고 무거운 족쇄 소리가 달그락.
That vision of the past, Ryoshi raised her sword in agonizingly slow motion, unsheathing the blade that we have never seen revealed before. A white blade of such unfeeling purity, devoid of even a trace of mercy. For a split second I was blinded by the glint of the blade. Ryoshi clutched the hooded figure's jaw in a crushing grip. The rules we have seen seemed easy to follow. I have to reread middle upties to check though. Yeah, but like we've seen so little of them compared to like how many you would have to follow if you actually lived in the world where like you're a member or related to a member of one of the fingers. I don't think you understand how like little of the world we've actually seen. Without a moment's hesitation, she drove the blindingly bright sword into the figure's mouth. Ryoshi pulled the sword out in a single swift motion. The figure coughed out a thick blob of blood and a piece of her sliced tongue. But she spat out more than just a bloody chunk of flesh. A guffaw hacked its way out of her mouth. Triumphant laughter of one who had just seized the victory of one's life. Compared with Index though, at any point you can die because you don't understand the prescript, or maybe you just gotta lose an arm or leg just because. I mean, like, the Index might require you to cut off an arm or a leg, but aren't you allowed to replace that arm or leg in the city? But aren't you not allowed to replace them in the thumb? Because it's like a respect thing and it's not like an arbitrary prescript? Or to ring simply to live in the area you need to be tortured? Okay, but if you were in the ring, you'd like it, is the thing. You would like being tortured. With a deep, ragged breath, Ryoshi let the sword fall from her grip. He stood rooted in her spot, staring at the flailing figure with a look of pure confusion. Like, say you get a prescript that says, cut off your arm. Okay, you cut off your arm, then you go to the arm store in the city, and then you get a replacement arm. And say, I don't know, you held your hand the wrong way in the thumb in front of somebody who's a higher rank than you, you had to cut off your arm. And that means you can't ever replace your arm because it was a respect thing. If you replace your arm, it will look disrespectful, so you can't replace it. Right now, right before Ryoshu's eyes, it's the pinky lady, Ikoi Star. Her hand slowly brushing the lips beyond which no tongue laid, as if to remember the absence of the organ that Ryoshu had so mercilessly cut off. It also looks like she's a little bit staticky. Like a lone watchman who had been keeping vigil awaiting our arrival. Mouth that lost its tongue faced Ryoshu without opening even once. I think I heard a whisper of a hollow sigh escaping her lips.
나는 나의 다섯 아비로 인해 이 세상에서 가장 소중한 걸 놓고 왔다.
Single most important thing in the world.
그러니까 되찾아와야 한다.
If you had to choose a finger to work / live with / under who, I would pick the pinky because we haven't seen all like the bad things that you have to do to be in the pinky. Like the members we've seen so far seem like relatively well adjusted.
다시 만나게 되어
Specifically because we haven't seen a lot of them.
라고 주인님께서 말씀을 전하라 하셨사옵니다.
소자비.
주인님께선 이 비천한 자에게 따로 바람이 없으시니 자연지사 소생은 적막히 녹슬어가는 검과 같아 하루가 권태롭고 내일이 허망하였사옵니다.
I guess this is the apprentice who always talks to their sword. I guess all the apprentices like know each other.
그 무렵 그대가 거미씨를 따라 이리 오신 은혜로 이렇게 주인님의 뜻을 재차 받들 기회를 얻었죠.
혀가 길군. 비켜라.
As the apprentice approaches us, Ryoshu's nurse father slowly stepped away. I think with the pinkies that small members of strength that they are so scattered you just live normally. I can't imagine there's a mook with pinkies. Yeah, I mean you told me to choose one. I just chose the one that had the least like horrible things that have been revealed on camera that they do to each other and to themselves. Or to other people and themselves.
준비가 끝났사옵니다. 계획한 것을
Who the heck is this? The nurse father had left a figure clad in steel armor entered.
기술이 접목된 무구라기엔 상당히 투박해 보이는
Ikoi Star is two different people in the 108 Heroes.
싱클레어 군의 집. 그 지하에서 보았던 고문 기구와 더 닮은 것 같소.
살도, 피도, 뼈도 드러내지 않고 상대하겠다라. 내게 보여줄 예술치곤 미학의 격이 떨어지는데 이런 상황에서의 침묵은 아름답지
I guess this is probably the ring apprentice.
그자에게 배우지 못했나? 그자 약자비는 어디에 있지?
Marvin figured answered Ryoshi's question with a swing of their huge sword. We need to take care of this quick and track down the golden boat. Let's fend them off.
제법 미학을 깨우쳤고 단 얘가 무엇인지
The Meat Star Divine Mathematician. I guess we're fighting both of them. What is your deal? Why are you only doing defensive skills? Gain 50 Moonlit Azure Blade. Gain 5 shields for every stack at 1% damage on critical hit for every stack. Just 1 stack, 1 hit. This unit has Moonlit Azure Blade, gain the following. SP does not drop below 0. If it was below, it recover to 0. For any SP damage taken into gloom damage. Flash power. Flash against targets that aren't Ryoshu. Flash power -2. Take -20% damage from targets other than Ryoshu. So they clash worse against non-Ryoshu, but also do less. Take less damage from non-Ryoshu. His unit's poise potency is capped to 25. Okay, so you have to hit them. On evade, gain 1 poise. Doesn't seem that crazy right now, but they do have 65. They're level 65. They turn the volume a little bit up. So if it is like the same as the book, then I mean they don't look like a mathematician. Not to me, at least. 5 to 9, 4 to 8. These are the same. Okay.
점 찍었네.
Does this count as getting a hit? Maybe not. $108 heroes in this, so only 108 members, assumingly. Yeah, probably. I haven't really revealed much though, so who knows? Nothing is targeting Trigger currently.
빠르게 처리하지.
합격장.
He's not really doing anything to us, he's just kind of losing clashes and defending. You have Deep Wound now? Okay, now we can use Execution. Gatio is the Strength Star, Leihong the Retreat Star, and Zulu the Investigative Star. Kinda interesting that Gatio was a Strength Star.
대가리 딱 떼도
하나, 둘 때, 심장. 힌트 꿰뚫어주지.
These are the most important parts for the titles: is Jade's Healing, the Winged Tiger, and the Unrestrained, respectively. Bastia's a sleepyhead, apparently. Okay, damn, I feel like they went kind of hard with the music in this part, in this chapter. Wait, what am I doing? Go here, maybe? You go here? What's your deal? A 2 corpus ingredient. Corpus ingredient expires next turn, then gain artwork cost, yeah. I assume that she gains it with her skills. I'm also assuming that we're gonna fight these guys here. Level 60 team is no joke, reminds me a bit of Ruina. Yeah, pretty much. I'm assuming that we're gonna fight them here, but then like we're really gonna fight them in like part 3 of the chapter or something. This unit isn't staggered, gain 2 protection, 10 defense, level up, and shield HP equals 10% of the team's current HP. Every time this unit uses Repressed Flesh skill and this encounter, gain 1 fewer protection. I don't see Repressed Flesh. Okay. Yeah, she would be cool. Yeah, this music kind of reminds me of like the Angela or a Roland song from... Okay, I think this is fine.
점 찍었네.
허술하군.
Press Flesh, the goat card from Ruina. Oh no, she took my heart. What the heck? I think she just applied a stats effect to herself and also to... Huh? Okay, what am I doing? I honestly don't know. I always worry about speed discern, at least. I feel like I'm barely thinking at all, which is a good thing. But she's not really doing anything still. Maybe I just have to wait for her. We can just try to attack this guy some more. Now. Cause I think she's gonna have like max defense level until she does her Repressed Flesh move. There's like keep my guys like 5 to 10 levels low, so I have to think. The difference between me and you is that you want to think, and I don't want to think. I just try to blow through it with my large offense levels instead of with my thoughts.
소생의 쓸모는
총알값 아까울려나.
이만 물러나겠어.
He's retreating? When hit by attack skills before using the skill, gain 1 impact route armor. What does this mean? No, I don't really know. Do I have enough for, go? But I should actually read this. This unit has a skill equipped. When hit by attack skills before using the skill, lose 10 final power for every stack. At 3 stacks, lose the effect and become staggered until next turn. So you just have to hit her before she uses. Like, I was gonna do that anyways. Yeah, everything else doesn't really matter. Just afterwards.
대가리 딱 떼고
하나, 물대, 심장. 강이란 빈틈 꿰뚫어주지.
합격장.
지금이다. 해골바가지 거미 대가리 자!
내 뼈로 뚫어서 나의 삶을 태어나온 외면의 외침. 넌
먹기 좋게 차려졌지 않아.
자세가 모르겠네.
대.
안되겠어. 이런 꼴로 건드려 사는 건
okay.
싫어요.
Just do a lot of damage. Do all the damage you can.
받아볼 텐데.
자세가 모르겠네.
전력으로 상대해봐.
잠깐. 하시아에 손대지 마. 눈으로만 감상해.
Multiply the damage from the Iron Maiden spikes passive by 20? What? Iron Maiden spikes. Where is Iron Maiden spikes? If the unit isn't staggered when hit by the last coin of an attacker, activate. Heal pierce damage by 20% of the said coin's damage and inflict 2 bleed. What if I just don't do anything then?
점 찍었네.
I think that might have worked. I don't know. Just kill her already, please.
점 찍었네.
I think it would be a bit scary if the pinky dude was there, but he always dies first.
자세가 모르겠네.
Yeah, he just stands there for like 2 turns for no reason. Oh wow.
계획에 없는 행동을 삼가라고 소생이 누누이 말하지 않았사옵니까?
I guess she was about to use her final attack. Her ult. She's gonna use her ult, but he stopped her.
보여? 하시아도 두근거리기 시작했어.
I guess this is Fascia and Albina is the name of the robot.
오랜만에 보는 떨림이야. 하시아에게 대화 정도는 시켜줄 수 있지 않겠니?
그런 사사로운 욕망의 표출은 이번 계획에 있지 않사옵니다.
맥박을 놓치며 달아오르는 살결을 구경만 하는 그런 계획. 하시아는 거슬리나 봐. 힘줄이 팽팽해졌어.
주인 된 자들의 뜻에 따르기 위해서는 이런 흔한 장단에는 초연해지셔야 하옵니다.
마에스트로님의 영영 되찾을 수 없는 아이에 대해 늘 궁금했었는데 조형 정도는 준비해볼 수 있지 않겠어?
뜻을 헤아릴 줄도 모르는 망나니에게 가지를 한번 칠 필요가 있겠군요.
What was he gonna do? I guess his name is Ren. I don't know if they said that in the midst of the battle. I love how he gets visibly pissed. I don't really see it, but I wonder why everything's shaking right now. The man who stood on our way leaped towards the pulsating greatsword of flesh and delivered a powerful strike.
다행이라고 말해야 할지. 저들끼리 싸우느라 정신이 없는 것 같구려.
Ah, the golden bow. Feeling a dull pain squeezing through the grooves of my mind, I turned toward the spot from which the sensation surged. And saw Ryoshu standing there. He shaking his sword was shaking while she was talking. I think that's what they meant, but also I kind of, like, I looked at it and I got confused because I was wondering how it could be shaking that much. Her eyes burned in hatred and fury, a glare that would have easily have had me believe that she would unsheath the sword from her back at any minute. On the receiving end of that glare is Dequay Star. It was a veiled figure who had been watching her battle without a word. Nikki's nurse father simply stood there, meeting Ryoshu's wrathful gaze as she did in the fragmented memories. Then she withdrew into the shadows, the darkness slowly eating at her shape, before disappearing.
단테, 황금 가지는 찾았어?
No, we were too late. The golden bows that should have been there were gone. What remained in their place? Dozens of cigarette butts, the same kind that Ryoshu smoked, piled up like a thick layer of dust. I'm getting from these hints that the Pinky nurse father has the closest relationship with Ryoshu, and she's the reason that she smokes, maybe.
서두르지. 수습이 늦어지면
Hey.
여기서 살아남은 게 다.
Oh, that's it? That wasn't even that much of a cliffhanger. Wow. Well, okay. I think that's all of the first part of the story. Is that all of it? Did I get all the EX objectives? I did, yeah. Well, okay. I guess that's a good place as any to end it. I get anything cool? Nope. It appears that I have not. Oh, that's more than I expected, though. Press 20 abnormalities. Is that a thing? Oh right, did it? What is this? What is this?
복지팀의 협조가 필요한
관리.
가시죠. 과투 복지팀의 가시죠.
관리.
불청
사냥감을.
와일드 헌트야.
Can I talk about the new IDs? I don't really care that much. I saw the numbers on the Uja ID, and they were so insane. Wait a second. Is this the new one? I thought this was from Canto 8.
아직은 내가 아니었던
Ah, I
것이.
guess it is. Huh. Yeah, I don't really care about Priest Index Faust. I don't like the proselytes, I already said. Proselytes, zero aura, they're fucking glue. Their only purpose in life is to give us Will the Prescript in Ruina, and also that one passage that says draw 2 cards at turn start. This is also, it doesn't seem that good to me. Like, you just use the skills that are markedly prescripted. Sinking count doesn't seem very good. Sinking count, in fact, seems very negative. Which I guess maybe doesn't matter that much, but still. LCA Autis seems insane. She just gets a bunch. She just like this crazy passive for free, basically. I don't know how good this unique syncing is, but like this flashing on this with the amount of bullets you use and also the fact that you reload whenever you finish using your bullets 5 times seems insane to me. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get her, but not index spouse. Let me just get her real quick though. Am I really gonna do this? Yeah, I'll use one. Alright, well. That sucks. I really shouldn't use my paid lunacy for that. It's really not worth it. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna end here. Thanks for watching if you're watching.
그래도 조심하세요.
Next chapter is in a week, right? Yeah, it's in a week. So I'll play it then. Maybe later. Depending on how busy I am. Oh, I wasn't supposed to close that. I was gonna do my dailies. I'll open up.